Hi guys, let's see who's here. A few of you are here. Let's see. Arlene, Eva, Judy, Julian. I think Julian and Eva know, but I'll announce it again when more people join us and over the next few weeks, depending on who is joining us today. Um, I wanted to give you a heads up. As you can notice, I've been wearing a knee brace and I talk about my knee at times. I'm going to be out as of March 6th for a knee replacement. So I'm hoping to be a quick recovery and I'll be back in a very short time. I can't predict what that time would be. As some of you guys may know, you may have your own knee replacement. Um, I have a colleague who had double knee replacement 2 years ago, and she was back in 6 months, in 3 months rather, much to the surprise of her surgeon. And I told my surgeon that I want to beat her time. He thought I was slightly cuckoo, but that will be my job when I'm gone, is to do rehab and to come back as um, fully ready to teach again and work with my clients. Um, One of the things I do want to point out, there are lots of all of these classes that we have done, including the old classes that I did in my home almost 6 years ago, are now available online. I've looked at them. It's kind of frightening to look at myself. Um, so if you go into YouTube, YMCA NYC, and type my name in, all of those classes will come up. So those will be available. And there are other classes. Melissa Ritchie from the West Side Y teaches a class. And so there will not be a sub for my class, but I hope to be back um, later this year. Um, Not late this year, maybe late this spring. Um, Back here. So I'll announce this again. And as you notice, I have a lot of clients who tell me, I have knee problems and hip problems and I can't do certain things. And I'm like, well, I have those same problems too. And you can do certain things within a certain range or within what's comfortable for you. So anyway, we're going to get started and I will mention it again. And I'll be here, my surgery scheduled for the 6th, and I'll be here on the 5th if that's a Thursday, if all goes well. I'm still up and around and moving, and I can't wait. So anyway, let's get started. Let me take my jacket off because I think it's warm enough in here. And let's have fun, which is the most important thing, and movement and fun and enjoying what you do. And I certainly enjoy being with you guys. Let me just get my things started so I can check in and see what we're doing. Um, let's see, you know, I wish I had professional people helping me with the setup, but I don't. Hopefully you can see. Great, I think that's good for now. So let's start with our regular warm up. Stand up nice and tall, tilt your head to one side. Just move nice and gentle and have your head up and look left to right. We're not moving past our range of motion with these beginning exercise. We're just moving nice and gentle. And then shoulder rolls. And take these into an arm circle. Remember, if you have pain or discomfort in your shoulder, you're going to modify down here. And switch direction. And swing your arms around your body. Get some movement in your torso. And let's do some hip circles. 5 in each direction. That's 2, I think. 3, 4, and 5. And the other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we're going to do our hip hinges. I have a piece of tape on my finger and it's driving me nuts. So I'm going to take it off. So all we're doing is pushing our hips back. We're not bending our knees. You notice my knees bend slightly because I push my hips back. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And heel taps to the front, pressing your heels out, pressing your arms out. And then we're going to switch to kickbacks. Bringing your heels towards your glutes, rolling your arms, getting your glutes and hamstrings warm up. There's a little bit of a stretch in your quads when you do these. And then skaters, one leg behind the other. We're going to move in all directions in this little portion right here. And then feet together, diagonally to the front. And then feet together and diagonally to the side. So remember, we do all of these. Some people with balance issue are not comfortable moving in different directions, or some people can just only move forward. So we want to try to step in all directions that life brings us. So let's take 5 calf raises, holding onto your chair if you need to. So rolling up on your toes. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we're going to just march it out. All right, earbuds will not stay in today. And then we're going to take these marches a little bit higher, preview some of the stuff we do later on, and bringing in a little bit of coordination and cognitive work, which is important in balance. And take it down. So before we do our posture check, let's do our cervical spine work. So standing nice and tall, shoulders pointing forward, just give yourself a double chin, 5 little double chins to work on your cervical spine. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And let's do our posture check. So, feet are back, hip width apart, standing up nice and tall, plumb line pulling you up, one hand behind your head, the other on your chin. Push your chin back into the hand that's in the back so your head is right on top of your shoulder, ear over your shoulder, shoulder over your hip, hip over your knee, knee over your ankle. Your belly buttons pull toward your spine, slight hip tilt forward, relax shoulders, shoulder blades pointing towards your back pocket. I don't know how many times I've said this, but when we sit down, we still pay attention to our posture. So even though you're leaning on the back of the chair, you're still sitting upright, letting everything in your body work to keep you upright instead of slumping on the back of the chair. So feet up, you're going to point and flex for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and circle out for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and the opposite direction for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we're going to do our sits to stand. The most important exercise you can do is you're doing this throughout the day, and it's important that we This is something you need to do. I think you all are aware of this. So anyway, my feet are about hip-width apart. I'm sitting towards the end of the chair, but I'm still pretty stable. Find a focal point, keep your eyes on it. If you need to help push yourself off, use your arms up and down as a counterbalance. If you take your arms out, it's a bit harder. You do it across your chest or straight out. And stand, keeping your head up with a lot of control. Sit. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So stay standing. I'm just going to show you from the side a little bit. You know, the hip hinges that we do, and when we do our squats, that hip hinge is the first thing you do when you sit. So I'm actually going to do it from the stand-in position. I'm not doing a lot. You don't have to do this. I'm just trying to show you to get the point across that when you do a sit, you're actually squatting, your torso stays up. So sit in lightly. And if you look, you notice the first thing is that my hips go back. All right. That's a little FYI. So last week we did push-ups. We're going to do them again today. Also, another very important exercise. And because we're doing them against the wall, I don't have a piece of equipment that we could do them lower, but you could do them against your kitchen counter, um, a secure table. The lower you go, the harder it is, and you could really progress your push-ups. The most important thing is your form. You're standing nice and tall. Your arms are at your side, never up here by your head. Your elbows aren't out. They're just down a little bit. The closer it is, it's a little harder. You know, about right there. And we're going to do 15 of these. Belly button pulled in, head nice and tall, your body nice and tall, and push in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And we're going to do our squats. So I've been using a box squat to really get us to fix our squat. You know, I've been doing this for a long, long time, and these don't bother my knee too much, but the box squats really help to fix. I trained my husband at home, and he couldn't see himself, and his squats were awful, so I had him do box squats, and he was happy, I think. So let's start with your feet about shoulder width apart. You're sitting towards the end of the chair. You're going to stand, and it's a quick touch. 1, you may have to adjust your feet. 2, push through your heels and contract your glutes. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So we're going right back to our squats. Our wall push-ups. 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So this squat I'm going to do without the chair. And also a way to correct yourself. If you have a mirror in your house, long mirror, it's one of the reasons why there are mirrors at gyms, not just to check out your body, is that you'll correct yourself. So, I'll have people who will do their squats like this. But when I put them in the mirror, they will actually keep their torso up because they don't realize they're bending over. It's a little proprioception. You're not quite sure what your body's doing in space. So you could use that to correct yourself. So I'm going to do the next set without the chair. So my feet are pretty wide. It feels comfortable on my knee. And I'm going to push back and push through my heels, contract my glutes. 2, keeping my head up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Remember, go as low as it's comfortable for you. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And we're gonna do quads and bent over rows. So someone asked me yesterday why I always say push through your heels. When we're doing something working our glutes and our hamstring, you're working your posterior chain. Even if you're doing like a hip bridge on the ground, I think for the most part, you'll hear the instructions, push through your heel and contract your glutes as you go up. It gets your posterior chain activated. That's your glutes and your hamstring. So that's it's just one of the mechanics of getting people to do something correctly. If you're just doing squats without contracting or pushing through heels, you're getting work done, but you really want to get the right work. So just a FYI. So we're going to do bent over rows, 15 reps, bent at the knee, bend forward at the hip, arms down, belly button pulled in, head in line with your spine. Bring your elbows up, they're close to your body, squeeze your shoulder blades. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And we're going to do leg extensions. So, sitting up, you want to sit securely in the chair, but most of your leg is off so that you're really getting your legs involved. So you're going to put the ball between your knees. Sitting up tall. We're doing 10 reps for this. 15 reps for when we do the major muscle groups, 10 reps for everything else. So bring one leg up and extend all the way out with your foot flexed. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And you extend your leg out as much as you can. Some people can extend their legs, but you try to do it as much as you can. Fortunately, even with my bad knee, I still have pretty good extension There. And you extend out as far as you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And one more set of bent over rows. Bent at the knee, bent at the hip, arms down, head in line with your spine, elbows up, squeeze your shoulder blades together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So, last set of leg extension. Just sitting up nice and tall, foot flexed, extend out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And switch to the other leg. 1, really flex your foot. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And let's take a quick break. And I didn't get, oh, my water is over here instead of back there. I can see who else came in today. All right. A few more people. We'll chat at the end. So get some water. By the way, when we're taking our break, I prefer that you're not sitting down. And just keep moving. Your heart rate may be up a little bit. We just don't want to sit down to make it drop too quickly. So keep moving. So we're going to work on our glutes and our hamstrings again. So there will be a pushing down on our heels. So we're going to do it without the chair, which we have been doing. I think we did it last week and the week before, but I just want to review. So this is the good morning. So you're holding on lightly to the chair. You're looking straight over. You're going to bend your elbow and do a hip hinge. So my hip is not going down, it's straight out. And as I stand up, I push through my heels and contract my glutes all the way up. I'm just going to do a couple of these. You could try, keep your core engaged. And push through your heels. That's how you get the work back here. So we've been doing these without a chair. I can't see you guys, but my class has been doing it well, so I'm going to think you guys are doing it well too. I'm going to just hold the weights right here next to me, my chest, and I'm going to stand up tall. I'm going to bend forward and push my hips back. Push through your heels and contract all the way up. Just a reminder, your knees are not locked out. They're soft when you start. You're not going to bend your knees at all. Your knees will bend slightly because you're doing a hip hinge. So stand up nice and tall. This is 2. Push through your heels, come all the way back up and contract your glutes. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And with this, we're going to do tandem stands and lateral raises. For this one, I'm going to do heel in the arch of my other foot when my right leg is in the back. It's a little too much on my knee to do heel toe. So standing up nice and tall, you could do a lateral raise. Notice my elbows are not locked out and I'm not going higher than my shoulder or an external rotation. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we're going right back into our bent over rows. So, one of the options that you could do for a single leg deadlift is a single leg deadlift like we do. I think I changed because standing on my left knee is just too much. So that's why we've been doing this and other types of glute and hamstring work. So stand up nice and tall, hinge your hips, bend forward. You're not quite at 90 degrees, but you're close. Push through your heels and contract your glutes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And our last set of tandem stands. So I can do a heel toe for this one. Keep your knees soft. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we're moving on. We are going to do slow marches and bicep curls and calf raises, but we're going to start off with the calf raises. Holding on lightly, we're just going to roll up on our toes and lower slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And grab your weights. So this is where some of our warm-up comes into play. We're going to do slow marches and bicep curls. So I do see this in my class sometimes. That's really working your shoulders, not your biceps. And that's the same thing. You can't see yourself. If you have a little bit of proprioception problem, you may not realize that you're doing this. You think you're doing a regular bicep curl. An easy way to do it is in front of your mirror so that you can see what you're doing, or keep your elbows locked at your side. You don't take your elbows off your side. I'm going to do opposite arm and knee. So this is also a core work and a balance work. So I would like you to stay in one place and you're not traveling around and you're stepping down nice and slow with a lot of control, no noise on the floor. So 1, right arm, left knee. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And last set of calf raises. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And last set of bicep curls. Just stay right there. We're going to do left arm, right knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And one more. We're going to do heel rock now. Working on your shins, your anterior tibialis. Helps control picking up your toe as you walk. And really important muscle to work on. Holding on lightly, you're just going to roll up on your heels. And you may notice one foot or the other is higher. That's 1, 2. You could do these seated. I find I'm standing harder, however. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're going to do triceps. Let's do tricep pulses with our TheraBand since I have it out. If you don't have a TheraBand, we're going to do tricep extension. You're bending forward, same position as bent over rows. You're keeping your elbows close to you. Your elbows are higher than your back, and it doesn't move. So you could even do this with weights, the pulses, but I like using the band. So you have your hands facing out, starting together, just pull out. You feel your triceps already contracted, just a slight bend this time. And it's a little pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we're going to do last set of heel rocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And last set of tricep extensions. I'm sorry, tricep pulses. Bend forward a little bit and pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And you know what I haven't done in this snowstorm and all that leftover ice and snow that we have? I haven't done stepping over the sleeping dog. It's the perfect opportunity to do that exercise because I have to tell you, I've had to step over some glaciers. So let's do one set. And this is a perfect opportunity to practice that. exercise. So you could hold on if you need to. Remember, you're trying to get your leg up as high. And oftentimes I have a backpack on, even with my knee. I'm holding stuff in my hands, and I have to be able to balance myself stepping over or stepping. And my I had to put trash away because today's our pickup day, and our trash bins are now piled up on a glacier. So I had to step up and get it and not slip off the glacier. So, anyway, let's get started. We're going to do a big high step to the side to get my weights out of there and step back and step forward. This is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And over the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And your heart rate should have gone up a little bit. Um, so before we do our glutes, let's do something standing nice and slow. Let's do a wood chopper. So actually, I have something else. I'm going to do this. We did this last week. So you're going to do it next to the chair or wall. We're in a tandem stance. And next, just ignore that. So what we're doing is in that tandem stance, we're just really testing our balance. We're just moving side to side. If this is hard, you don't have to go too far over. You can do just a little bit until you feel comfortable going even farther. And then let's switch leg. So see, this I have to hold on. This is harder, but it's a good way to test your balance. Okay, now let's do, my heart rate has gone down a little bit. Let's do a side leg lift. We're only doing one set, keeping your knees nice and tight. Um, you could always do the stand-in side leg lift. The reason why I do this one, it's because I notice in my class, there's a little bit of competition to how high people can get their legs up. And that's not really the point because it's not a very big lift. The higher you go, the less you're working that muscle. So with this, you can't do it that high. So keep your hips nice and still. I want you to think about the work is started in your hip. You're going to feel it in your inner thighs and in your groin. And you're just bringing your leg out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5 more, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And let's do working on our lower abs, sort of like a pelvic tilt if you're laying on the ground with your legs bent. You're going to push in and pull your belly button in. Um, 10 reps. Let your arms hang at the side, sitting up tall. Start with an inhale and exhale, push in and pull your belly button in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And let's do some rotations. Arms straight out to the side. You're going to keep pressure on the ball. You're going to keep your hips still. So you're moving from your waist. You're going to go all the way over to the side, as far back as your range of motion will take you. And your head follows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And now we're going to go over. If you have range of motion issues or pain or discomfort in your shoulders, you may want to skip this one or just go wherever your range of motion takes you without any pain or discomfort. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we're going to do stuff on the side. So we're going to break them up today. We're going to roll forward and roll back. We're going to do them separately. Sometimes I do them together. So sitting up nice and tall. You're going to keep your core engaged. Your head moves with your shoulder. You're not going to leave your head out there in front as you roll back. So it's just a small roll over the ball and back up. Very subtle. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And I'm going to go forward now. Remember, it's from the bottom of your shoulder blades, not your waist. Keeping your belly button pulled in. And 10 reps. We're just going to roll forward and back up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we're going to do a couple of more stand-in balance stuff. Let's do the Leaning Tower of Pisa. So remember this, you're standing up nice and tall, feet together, keeping your belly button pulled in. You want to engage your glutes, so contract your glutes and your quads, pulling them up from your knees, arms at your side. You're going to tilt forward as far as you can go without losing that plank position. So you're like a board. You're just leaning forward. Your heels are going to want to lift off the ground, push them down, and we're just going to do it with a 10 count. I want you to count with me so you're not holding your breath. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And stand back up. And we're going to do a single leg deadlift. So I can do single leg deadlift on my left leg, fine. I notice in my class, everyone just follows me. When I do my left leg and I do the kickstand, everyone does the kickstand. Do the single leg deadlift. Do what is good for you. For me right now, doing this is the best I can do for my left leg. But I want you to do single leg stance on both legs if you can. So I'm going to start with my right leg and stand up tall, find a focal point, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And now I'm going to do the kickstand on this side because it's better for me. But if you could do a full stance without touching down, great. That's perfect for you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we get to the best part of working out. We get to stretch and cool down. So let's do our hamstrings. You're sitting at the end of the chair, but you're still nice and secure. Your leg is out straight as you can. Everyone has different straightness of their legs, as I mentioned. If you flex your foot so you get a calf stretch in addition to your hamstring stretch, and if you can reach your toe, pull it towards your face. And switch to the other leg. We're taking 3 deep breaths with each hold. I'm not going to count these. So we're going to stretch our hips. You could cross over and pull on the outside of your knee, or if you're comfortable, but you have to sit up tall for this. You're going to grab your knee and pull it towards your opposite shoulder for a hip stretch. And then you go into figure 4. Press gently on the inside of your knee, leaning forward. And let's switch over. I'm going to do the one up here. But if you feel like you're sagging, do the one where you just have your knees across and pull gently. And switch to figure 4. And let's stretch our lower back. So sitting on the chair, you're going to just lean forward, keeping that nice neutral spine. You're not going to round or arch your back. This is just a gentle stretch in your lower back. And then move both hands over to one leg and shift your torso so you get a stretch on the side of your lower back. And over to the other side. I'm going to do a stand-in hip flexor today. So legs nice and wide. I'm standing up tall. My core is engaged and nice wide leg. And that back leg, I'm going to tilt that hip up so I get a stretch in front of my hip down into my quads. And switching over to the other side. Tilt your hip up. And my favorite stretch, great posterior stretch. So hands on the seat of the chair. Your feet are under your hips. Now push your hips away from your hands. And roll up. Grab your hands, or your arms could be out. Stand up tall. Just keep your shoulders down and pull back, stretching your chest and the front of your shoulders. You could just move your head gently from side to side. And arm circles. and switch direction. And let's see who else is still here. So some of you came after I made an announcement, and I'll do it next week because not everyone is here. But early March, March 6th, I'm having knee replacement surgery, so I will be out um, for some time. Um, I can't give a exact time. I'm hoping to break some records as far as my recovery, whatever that is. And as I said, all of these classes have been taped and they're now available on the YMCA of Greater New York's YouTube channel. If you can't find me specifically, if you go there, just type in my name. And I'll be here. My surgery is the 6th of March, and I think I'll be here on the 5th unless someone tells me I can't do that. So anyway, have a great weekend, and I will see you guys next week. Thank you so much. Take care.